All right, this video specifically are for those individuals who are running a chiropractic practice, right? I just got through speaking to a group of chiropractors, and we were talking about becoming millionaires as chiropractors. Ultimately, most of the chiropractors that I work with have that dream of a lifestyle business, right? They want to make $400,000, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. This is their goal. This is their dream. And if this is something that's of interest to you, then you're going to want to really listen to this whole video, because we're going to be talking about specifically how to create a practice that makes you a millionaire and gives you a lifestyle business, right? So if those things are of interest to you, then by all means, you want to share this video with other chiropractors and, ask me questions here and get your answers. All right, so step number one is identifying, creating in your head and then on paper, your ideal practice. What does that look like? What does the ideal chiropractic business and lifestyle look for you? Are you working 20 hours a week or 40 hours a week? Are you, having plenty of time with your family? Are you being able to do the things that you want to do? So what does your ideal business look like? Now, when you're thinking about that also, I want you to also think about your ideal client. Are you dealing with insurance companies or are you dealing with cash patients? Are you dealing with business executives or athletes? So what does your ideal customer look like? This is vitally important, because the clearer you are on your ideal customer, on your ideal practice, the easier the marketing becomes. And so all of the most successful chiropractors that I work with, first of all, realize that the business is created in the marketing. Everything is contingent on your marketing. You could be the world's greatest chiropractor, but if you're the world's worst marketer, you're going to be broke. So everything in your practice depends on you becoming a world-class marketer or getting help marketing your business. And not just marketing in one way. There's everything that you should be doing to market your business should be some type of direct response marketing. And that means that for every dollar that you spend on marketing, you are going to look for a return on that investment, a 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 time return, right? You can always, and you should always be able to get at least a minimum of a 3-time return. A lot of my best clients are getting a 10 and 15 and sometimes a 25 return for every dollar they invest in marketing. Now, let me warn you, it takes time, right? It's not going to happen overnight. So, what does your ideal practice look like? Who is your ideal client? And we're going to start doing direct response advertising, which includes direct mail. Maybe it includes some pay-per-click. Maybe it includes telemarketing. Maybe it includes, a letter writing campaign. There's a lot of ways of creating direct response marketing, right? So what else? Then one of those important things you have to do now that you're doing direct response marketing is you're going to evaluate your marketing. Are you getting a one for $1 return? Great start. Are you getting a 10 for 1 return? Fantastic. But what are you getting? What is working? What is not? Then you're also going to start looking at delegating or outsourcing as much of your time as possible, right? So here's one of the challenges a lot of chiropractors have. They work in their business because, of course, they're chiropractors, and they're not working on their business. So if you can work on your business, let's say it's like a chess game and you are looking at the board and you're seeing where the chess pieces go, that's working on your business. When you're working in your business, you're just an employee of that business, and you're dealing with the management and you're putting out fires and you're helping your clients. Nothing wrong with that. But a certain percentage of your time needs to be invested in running working on your business and moving things forward in different departments, right? Primarily, though, you're going to be focused on the what? In the marketing department, because nothing happens till you create a sale, and then everything happens. So, what are some things that you can do for your clients? Can you create packages for them? Can you create an online course for them? Can you create some other things that you could sell to them to help them reach their goal without taking up any more of your time? Right? All right. So, so let's talk about some of the other things that you can do. We talked about outsourcing. Now, here's something that you want to think about. So, right now, if you cannot afford outsourcing, again, comes back down to your marketing. So, as soon as possible, you want to create a budget. What would be your ideal practice? In other words, do you need 5 employees to have your ideal practice? Could you handle 4 employees plus a virtual assistant? And then that's got to be part of the budget. So that's your goal. So if it's going to cost you $12,000 a month to run your business, then you know what you're striving for. How many clients do you need to get in the door to make $12,000? Right? So that's the goal. Here's some of the numbers that most chiropractors don't know, but you're going to be different because now you're going to have the power of numbers. So you want to know how much your average ticket sale is, right? What is your average ticket? So that means that when you're looking at your practice, are you making $1,000 per client or per sale? Or is it $500, $250, whatever it is, right? That's your average. Then you want to know the lifetime value of that client. So does that client stay with you for 3 months? And therefore during that 3-month period they spend $20,000, or during that 3-month period they spend $10,000? Right? Hi, Kathy. Just saying hello to Kathy, who's one of my supporters, who I appreciate very much. Anyway, so, and then you want to know what it costs you to acquire that client, right? So check this out. If your average ticket is, let's say, $800 on that initial visit, and it costs you $200 to acquire that client, you have a $600 profit. However, they stay with you for 6 months, and that translates into $24,000 worth of gross sales. The lifetime value of that client is $24,000 minus your acquisition cost, which is $200. That's $23,800. See what I'm getting? That's your gross lifetime value of that client. That means that if you needed to, you could spend $300, $400, $500 to acquire a client, because over the next 6 months they're going to make you the $24,000. Most people, most chiropractors, most business owners don't know these numbers, and they're dying. So, what is your ideal practice? What does that look like? Who is your ideal customer? What do they look like? You're going to start using direct response, and only direct response marketing. Things that you can track. Everything must be trackable or it's not real. You want to stay away from what's called image type advertising. Things like, something like maybe Coca-Cola is a good example. Coke advertises both in the direct response and the image area, what's called a branding ad, right? And so a Coke ad that's purely branding may say something like, Coke is the real thing, or Coke is it. It's not asking you to do anything. It's just keeping their name out there. As opposed to direct response, Coke may use something like, buy a case of Coke or buy 3 cases of Coke for $5. That's a direct response ad. It is directing you through the call to action, CTA. The call to action is to buy 3 cases of Coke for $5. It's totally trackable, right? Now, so you have your ideal practice. What does that look like? You know who your ideal customer is. You're using direct response marketing to attract new customers. Then you're going to have a follow-up system. You must have a follow-up system because not everybody's going to buy from you the first time, right? So you have to have a follow-up system to remind your prospects to come visit you. And also you need a follow-up system to reactivate old customers, right? Then you're going to think about outsourcing as much as possible. so you can buy back your freedom. You with me? And now you have a thriving practice that doesn't take all of your time to run it. And that's basically, in a nutshell, how you can establish $1 million chiropractic business. And it starts with designing your ideal practice, having a clear understanding of who your ideal clients are, having a clear USP. I didn't think I talk. Let me talk about this a little bit, because I don't want. I completely skipped over it. And that is a USP, your unique selling proposition. Are you going after boomers or athletes, high-end executives, or working class Joes? It's up to you, right? So you decide who your ideal client is, and then you can design a unique selling proposition around those ideal clients. And that way it laser focuses your marketing, therefore bringing you a higher ROI, therefore creating your ideal practice, therefore making everything trackable, manageable, and more fun, more fulfilling. Because let me tell you, there is a lot of fun, a lot of fulfillment when you're doing $3 or $4 or $500,000 a month in business. And if you have questions, hit me up in the comments. I respond personally to all your comments. I appreciate you watching this video, and I want you to share this video with other chiropractors, because we want to help as many people as possible. And what I'm talking about here, if you're not a chiropractor, is still going to help you, because you need all of these steps to grow your ideal law firm, your ideal plumbing practice, your ideal whatever. But I just got through talking to a bunch of chiropractors, so it was fresh on my mind, and I wanted to just come out and talk with you about this, because it's so important. Chiropractors serve a very important part of the community, and nothing serves our community better than having chiropractors who can afford to really treat their customers. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. Share this video. Remember, you were created to succeed.